Hello, it's me, Ghost Critic, and here is the first of many of the subscriber requests that I asked for in my kind of 500 plus subscriber contest. I knew this one would come, I knew it'd be quite a popular one, and I'm glad it was. People wanted to see all this. They wanted to see a bit more close-up of the bookshelves behind me that you see when I'm doing my comic book reviews and my ultimate graphic novel reviews. I did something very similar to this about, it wasn't this April just gone, but last year's April. I showed off my shelves, but I picked up the camera and I shakily showed you everything that was on it. So I thought we'll do a stand-up one, and I'll go over everything that I've got on my shelves. A bit like what Custom Bromstar did a few weeks ago. So this is basically for Gambit 896, Dakin Howlett, Mr. iTalk Apple, and Manga Luffy. They all pretty much asked for the same thing. I know a couple of you are interested in looking at a room tour. If only there was a room to give you a tour around. I live in a flat. I have a bathroom, a bedroom, and then in here is my living room kitchen. So everything comic stuff is basically behind you in boxes on the landing or boxes behind the sofa. You may see a bit of that in upcoming videos. But anyway, let's get on with what's behind me. Let's do this. At the top here, yes, I bought this when the movie came out. Didn't buy it originally, but we've got the series of Scott Pilgrim books, which are absolutely fantastic. I love this series, and the movie's really great too. Something I very rarely talk about, if ever. I do collect manga. I go through phases. I'll buy them continually month after month, and then I'll just stop, and it has been a while. So the three main ones that I pick up are Gantz, which is ridiculously big guns and big boobies and big monsters, basically. We have the Kurosagi Corpse Delivery Service, which is kind of a paranormally ghost type stuff, which is really fun. And then a 20th Century Boys, kind of like a totalitarian future, which again is fun, very complicated, very in depth. I've got actually first 11 issues of 20th Century Boys, 11 volumes of Kurosagi, and I'm up to 10 on Gantz. So we come down the shelf. I buy a lot of Vertigo titles in trades. So you will see a great many. I have volume 1 of Animal Man. Definitely recommend anyone pick up that. Some stuff I pick up just because it's cheap. I don't really know what it's about, but it's something to read. I've got the first 2 trades of Army at Love. It's kind of a satire on like kind of like the American Army. Some of it's quite funny. I guess it's an acquired taste. I've not picked up any more. I don't know if there's any more. Same with this. American Virgin. What do I say about this? Basically it's about this couple that are saving themselves having sex after they get married, and unfortunately his girlfriend gets murdered, so his whole religious beliefs etc. are kind of put to the test. I spoke about this series in my comic book reviews when I was talking about JL Dark, but fantastic series, and I am missing one issue, but Neil Gaiman's The Books of Magic, and then I've got book 1, 2, I'm missing book 3, book 4, book 5, and 6 and 7. Great series. I absolutely adore books of magic. Moving on a little bit, I've started picking these up when I can find them cheap. I've not read them yet. I have read them before, but I had all the trades. I think I gave them away, or I could have sold them. But I'm collecting again the Starmen in Trade series. So I think that's book 3. That one's book 5. And this one's book 6. So I'm going to wait till I've got all the series of that to give that a reread. I won't show all of the next lot, but I do get Hellblazer John Constantine in trade. So I've been picking them up all over the place, wherever I can find them. I've got practically all of them. I am missing probably about 4 or 5 of the earlier trades, but they are redoing them now. So it's Family Man. They are reprinting these, so the ones I've missed I could probably pick up again. Let's go a bit further down this series. You've got The Gift there. It's just a great kind of anti-hero. John Constantine is just great. That's the latest one that's out at the moment, or the latest one I've got anyway, Bloody Carnations. Oh no, that one's Phantom Pains. I beg your pardon. One of my top 10 trades of all time, and I recommend everybody to read this. It's Day Tripper from the Fabio Moon and Gabriel Barr. It's just the most emotional ride in comic books you could ever have. I don't know anything better than this that can really kind of pull at the heartstrings and, you know, almost make you cry. I've got the whole DMZ run. That's obviously only 3 of them, but I won't pull them all out. But I have the whole run from volume 1 to 12. And then right in the corner again, I'll just show you a couple of them. The Fables spin-off, Jack of Fables. Have all the volumes of that. This is just a hilarious read. There is so much humour and fun in that. Again, if you're a big fan of Fables and you never picked that up, what were you doing? This shelf here, it's all Batman, so I'll show a few of my favourite bits off here. This is a great... Sorry, I keep forgetting to do that. You must knock on a hardback. This is Batman illustrated by Neil Adams. It collects a lot of the Brave and the Bold covers from the late 1960s. So you've got, I hope you can see that, Batman and the Creeper. And it's just some great Neil Adams artwork. The stories can be a little bit cheesy, but it's a great little volume to have. These were presents actually, but still great reads. I've got the first 2 hardback trades of Batman Streets of Gotham. It's weird to say because I am a huge Batman fan, but pre the 52 I never collected anything in singles. Very strange. 2 classic Joker books, Joker by Brian Azzarello and the Alan Moore Killing Joke. Let's see, a couple of the Batgirl books, pre-52. Must find the other one to complete that series. I've got the 3 Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale collections, The Long Halloween, Haunted Night, and Dark Victory, which are, you know, required reading if you're a Batman fan. I probably will get laughed at for this, but it is my favourite Batman run of all time. It is the Nightfall series. It was just a great read. Every every Batman villain you could think of. He's in here, it's brilliant. Got some Contagion, Catalysm, all the 5 volumes of the No Man's Land, Bruce Wayne Fugitive, Batman Under the Hood, volumes 1 and 2. What else is of noteworthy? Batman Hush, just a phenomenal series from who was it? Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee. What else have we got back here? A couple of year ones. We've got Batman Year One. Again, another required reading if you're a Batman fan. Ra's al Ghul, or however you want to say it, Year One, and Robin Year One. All great reads. What else have we got here? Yeah, Grant Morrison, Arkham Asylum. Crazy artwork in here, very confusing. Really have to give that a good concentrate while you're reading that. I also get these are fantastic. If you're like a Batman historian, and because you never, well, I don't know, you might win the lottery and be able to afford the original Batman, but these Batman Chronicles, these put all the golden age of Batman and they reprint them in chronological order. So I have about, how many of those have I got? I'm up to volume 9. There are a lot more of those, but I tend to pick them up when I see them really cheap. Let's go down a shelf now. I picked this up in a jumble sale, and Scott's got this as well. It's Batman, The Punisher, Intruder. It's kind of an oversized hardback. And these are in absolutely no order whatsoever. When Agent 42Q showed his bookshelf off, he's been very clever and done it all alphabetically. I tried it after I watched this video and it was just impossible. Punisher, Frankencastle, which I actually really enjoyed. Not a lot of people did, unfortunately, but it was an interesting shake-up of Punisher. And it could have been an kind of Elseworlds what if tale, but they decided to stick it in continuity. What have we got here? Yes, Casanova, Luxuria. I think I did a video just on this very early on. A great series. The Madame Xanadu, the last Vertigo title. Those 3 issues. Any of my regular viewers will know I love the magic stuff, so I think I've lent the first volume of this out, but if you get a chance to see these cheaply, please pick it up. It's an awesome title. The Exterminators by Simon Oliver and Tony Moore. These are, you really have no idea where this is going to go when you start reading it. You think it's a story about a bunch of bug exterminators, and you think, how interesting can that be? It's very interesting. The Witching Hour by Jeff Loeb and Chris Bichello. Obviously bought that for the Bichello artwork, which, as always, is fantastic. My favourite series of all time. Yes, it's the full run of the Sandman, Neil Gaiman's run. I was looking at these and I picked up the 7th printing of them all. They are just great. I'm currently, as you know, I'm rereading it again and I'm on volume 5, A Game of You. Fun. Love that title. I have the 8th volume of Swamp Thing, Alan Moore's run, which is, I think, one of his better works. Hopefully you can see these. So yeah, well, I won't show you any more of those. The 4 volumes of the DC 52, concentrating more on your kind of C-lister superheroes. I've read this a couple of times, and just think it's a really enjoyable kind of mega blockbuster event. One of Marvel masterpieces, the X-Men, that collected I think the first 9 issues. I reviewed that on one of my viewers' choice videos. We have the 4 volumes of the complete Age of Apocalypse trades. I've obviously read it all once, and then I keep trying to read it again and again. I think I get to about volume 2 and then I forget. What have we got in the corner here? Ultimate Marvel Team Up. Another kind of Spidey with lots of different characters, different artists going through all that. There's even a Man Thing in there. Right in the corner. I did collect this for all. I think it was because when I bought these, he was selling these ridiculously cheap. So I picked up a batch of them, but I've got the first 8 issues of Teen Titans. Which is just kind of fun, kids superhero team. Nothing too. That one. It's nothing too demanding of the reader. Stick them back in there. And then right in the corner, Mark Millar's Civil War, collecting issues 1 to 7. That was just a bit of an impulse buy. I wasn't really that interested in it. Anyone who's read the book by Max Brooks, World War Z, which is a phenomenal zombie book, one of my favourite fiction zombie books. He also brought out this, what do they call it? The Zombie Survival Guide Recorded Attacks. And it's a graphic novel which has various times within history where zombies have turned up. So it starts from 60,000 BC in Central Africa and then goes through like Egypt in 3000 BC. You've got the Central Pacific 1579. You've got feudal Japan in 1611. It is a nice, interesting kind of history of the zombie. And that's all for that side because there's just rubbish down there. Over this side, at the top, I won't bring them down, but Essential Marvel books. So we've got Amazing Spider-Man, Moon Knight, Silver Surfer, Punisher, Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange. Great way, yes, I know they're black and white and that's quite disappointing, but it's a great way to read those very first issues of some of your favourite heroes. So, great. Bookshelf, nothing in there. This shelf always has my comic books that I've collected this particular year, so quite a lot there, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit them all in for the rest of the year, but yes, so come obviously the end of December this all gets boxed up and we start all over again. Just a handy way to have everything that's come out over the year. Next shelf. This is basically the ultimate, you can't see because the camera doesn't go that far, but anyway, it's got all my Ultimate Marvel graphic novel on there. I don't think it's going to fit on one shelf. These came today and I'm so excited, I can't wait to read these. Yes, it's my order of King City and Local. Didn't realise how awesome these books look and feel. I mean, they're just... This afternoon, reading these two. So, next shelf, we have the hardback of Infinite Crisis, and the first volume of Superman Batman. Fun title with some great artwork by Ed McGuinness there. Book I bought on a whim, Mike Mignola's The Amazing Screw-On Head, which which is it's a very quick read, to be honest, but some interesting short stories in there anyway. Recently picked this up. I think you've already seen this. Is a JLA Year 1. Interesting story. Quite enjoyed reading that. We've got from Image, Volume 1 of Elephant Men, which I wish I'd got a bit more into this. It's a great first volume. I think I managed to pick this up for like a £5, which is why I basically picked it up. I don't think the other volumes are this cheap, unfortunately, which is why I haven't bought any more. I won't show all these off, but I've got the first 16 volumes of The Walking Dead. Yes, I do collect The Walking Dead, but I'm obviously a little bit behind all you regular buyers of The Walking Dead. Chew, great series. A little bit behind on that. I'm only up to volume 3, unfortunately. Great graphic novel. Well, great series. The original Bulletproof Coffin, and yeah, loved this book, and what made me pick up the Bulletproof Coffin Disinterred. Came in late on it, so I had to get the trade, but Morning Glories Volume 1, continuing that in singles now, something I don't normally do. The great, I know, Agent 42Q wanted me to pick up The Sword instead of this, but I still love this book. It was Girls by the Luna Brothers. What else have we got down here? Let's pull out a few. Joe Casey, Godland, Kirby-inspired superhero goodness. This was recommended on one of my viewers' choice, Dakin Howlett, The Umbrella Academy. I've got the first 2 volumes there. Great indie book from Dark Horse. Another viewer's choice book. These all seem to be on my viewers' choices. Fear Agent. I can't remember who said that one, but good choice. Either way. Common Ground, which was kind of fun slice of life superheroes hanging out in a diner short story kind of way. And I've got the first 2, they're not really graphic novels as such, but prestige format, I guess. First 2 volumes of OMAC by John Byrne. Let's put them back in there. And basically finally for this shelf, again I've lent out the first volume of this, but Lock and Key. Couldn't wait for the paperback version of the next volume, so volume 4 is in hardback. And then a great series on Vertigo by Jeff Lemire. Got the first 4 volumes of Sweet Tooth, post-apocalyptic kind of mutated animal world, which is great. Let's go down to the bottom shelf now. This is it, finally. So, what have we got here? I did collect these. I stopped, obviously, because these are the only ones I've got, but I got the X Factor hardback editions for a while. I may not go back. I mean, it's great. Who is it? It's Peter David, isn't it? Great stories by Peter David. I don't know why I got into the habit of just buying the hardback ones, but obviously they get a little on the pricey side. And then, for some reason, I've got Young Avengers. I think this is the 2nd volume. Yeah, collecting issues 7 to 12 in hardback. I don't know why I did that, but I did. Fables, 1001 Nights of Snowfall. Some lovely artwork in that. If you're a big Fables fan, definitely pick that up. And some of the obvious ones now, we've got V for Vendetta, The Watchmen, obviously. Any self-respecting comic book collector should have that in his collection, or her collection. Kingdom Come, Mark Waid, kind of Elseworlds tale. Won lots of Eisner Awards, and deservedly so. Almost there, guys. pull them out. From Image, this was it Ben Niles? Warren Ellis and Ben Temple-Smith, Fell, the first volume, very, very strange book. Kind of a detective story, but very dark, very kind of crime noir. Punisher, volumes 1 and 2, linking in with The Dark Reign, and Spider-Man there. Next Wave, Agents of Hate. This is just the most hilarious, outlandish book Marvel has done for a long, long time. Collecting some kind of superheroes that you don't normally see that much anymore. But crazy, just crazy. The first volume of Young Avengers. And then volume 1 and volume 2 of Countdown to Final Crisis. I've been looking for the third and the fourth. They're like really expensive. I'm like, what? I'm not paying that for them. I don't care how good I think it is. Down here, let's pull out those two. I've got the full run of Why the Last Man, so that's the very first one. And that's the very last one. For those of you who don't know about Why the Last Man, a world where suddenly a plague hits the planet and every man bar one dies, and the repercussions of that. I have all 13 volumes of 100 Bullets by Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Riso. Very, very good book, but so intertwined, interconnected, gets very, very complicated. Another one with like a huge cast of characters that are very difficult to keep up with. And finally, Ultimate Spider-Man. Started collecting these in these Ultimate collections, which had about 12 or 13 issues in. And then my comic book guy had someone come in selling all the volumes that after it, so I picked them all up at a ridiculously cheap price. So I have all kind of 22 volumes now of that. And that pretty much is all my graphic novel collection. So thank you for asking for that video. I had fun doing that. Hope you stuck in with me right to the end. And if you've seen anything on the shelves that look good, they probably are. Thanks everyone. Goodbye.